choose to fail us, I say we will never forgive you.
We're going fishing this morning, this afternoon or whatever. Yeah, it's I'm gonna take you to, well, first of all, these guys have to promise not to divulge my fishing spot, eh? It's in a lake north, north from here in, they call that God's country in Quebec. About, about an hour. Really, it's not that far. It's about an hour. I used to, just a side note before we get on with the story, this lake, I used to go fishing there after work. Like finish at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Come here, well, not here, another place, but here in Banana Town, and load up the boat and make a sandwich and head up to the lake in the summer when I was young. But anyway, okay, this is all about going fishing with. My father was getting on into the ages, age, like in the age. He was all of a boat too. I gonna say, so I'm not too good with the birthdays and everything, so I don't really know, but it's probably around 74, 75. And he's got the shakes. He shakes all the time, and he was diagnosed with cancer. On top of that, prostate cancer, and it's his last mile, let's say. And my father always liked to go speckled trout fishing, eh? So I had this spot in that lake. Well, it's on. I'll give you just one. I won't give you the name of the lake, but I'll give you one tip. It's on the mine, the mine road. There's probably thousands of them in Ontario and Quebec. But anyways, yeah. So I said to my father, I said, look, I says, you want to go fishing? He said, nah. He says, not with you. He says, you go there in the morning and you come out when it's dark at night. I said, no. I said, I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to prepare the lunch. I'll pick you up. We'll bring you there. You call the shot. We'll come back when you get done. When you say you're done. So I pick him up and I go to this lake, and put the boat in the water, and he's all enthused about putting his line in. So he shakes so much that he couldn't even put a worm on the hook, So I had to bait the hook for him, and then I got this spot. Okay, it's a spot on the lake. I found that with a fish finder, It's got a rock bottom, but there's one place it's about 20 feet deeper. Just one, I don't know why, one particular spot. It's like a bowl, in the lake, and it's 20 feet deeper than the rest. Well, I found. I gotta tell you how I found this spot, Right about maybe 100 and 150 feet further. There's like a beaver dam, And I was parked just in front of the beaver dam, and I was fishing one day. But there's a point there, So I'm just a little bit behind the point, but I see this pontoon, and this guy lives at that lake, I see this pontoon come, and then he throws his line in the water, and boom, 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 and first thing you go, he's got his 10 trout. He's going, well, not even half an hour, So I said, what's this? So I went around with the fish finder, and I seen this, It's like I told you, it's set up like a bowl, So, anyways, it's a lot of little trout in there, speckled trout, hang on, I gotta get, see? They're about that long, You put, like for breakfast, you'd put two with some 2 eggs and 2 trout and a few toasts, and that's a boom. Wow, a little bit of fricassee potatoes. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I know in French it's like that. But anyways, so makes a first class breakfast. Anyways, so I take my father and we go out there, eh? Well, the limit in those days was 10 speckled trout, eh? Well, it took maybe 2 hours, and he had caught his 10 trout. We could have kept on going on my limit, because we were allowed him a limit, and then because he had a fishing license, and I was allowed a limit, but we did. Well, he called the shot, and I didn't even have time to put a line in the water at that time. But I seen this spot. So many trout. There was me, my wife, my son, one of his friends. Anyways, and we were in the boat, and the 2 boys were on an island. They had made a little fire on the island. Just the island's not far, not even 100 feet from the fishing spot, eh? Anyways, and I was catching trout, and I was coming back to shore, and I was giving them, and I told them, I says, you gotta eat, because we're only allowed 10 trout, eh? So we were catching, and then I said, that's enough. We had our limit, and they had 8. They had a belly full. I had 8, and my wife 8, and like there was enough trout to go around. But anyways, little speckled trout, eh? And this is one of the lakes, the most remunerating lakes for speckled trout that I've ever fished in, eh? And anyways, I was gonna tell you, there's another lake, like you keep on going on the road and you pass the half moon lakes. There's 2 of them, and then you on the mine road, and then you get to Whitaker Lake, and then you pass the mountain, and this. Anyways, I won't tell the story, because this is a story for another day. When we went fishing on Twin Lake, and we went fishing on the small the small burnt lake, le petit lac brûlé in French. There's the gros lac brûlé, or just lac brûlé, which was at the bottom of the mountain, and there was a petit lac brûlé, which is on top. But that's a story for another day. I just wanted to tell you this story about the last fishing trip I did with my father. Oh, maybe 4 or 5 months after that, he was gone. He departed from this place where we live here. And I was just happy I made that trip with him. And yeah, some of the good memories that one is left with once. See, it's all things that you have to do before your parents depart, because this is what you're left with once they do. But anyways, I spilled my. I hope I thought of this before I started telling the story. I says, I sure hope I never told them this story, because I forget, eh? Like in my mind, I surely told this story or this place hey, there's a spot on that lake, okay? There's a creek. I'm not going to tell you the rest of the story, but there's a creek that comes down from Little Burnt Lake, le petit lac brûlé. It comes down from the mountain, okay? It comes down to in the spring, okay? You at a certain particular time when the ice goes, well, about 2 weeks. Well, I tell you, a little trick. You look in the trees, and when the buds they're about the size of a quarter. They're getting specific, eh? When the buds are getting the size of a quarter, you go on that lake, you park your boat tight to shore, where the creek comes in, and then you take a bobber with a little spinner, just a small spinner, a leader, a 10-inch leader, and a little hook. I put some worm on there. Inside of half an hour, you got your limit and you're going back home. Don't tell no one though, eh? That's the story for today. Well, another day I'll take you to Twin Lakes, and maybe there's a few stories on the way there. So that's for another day. If I remember, sometimes I forget. I have a few lists. I have a list here in the garage of stories and places I want to take you. I have 2 lists in the house of things I want to do and stories I want to tell, eh? And just too much, eh? Okay, I enjoyed telling this story. It just little anecdotes of when I was younger. Now I'm 70 years old, so I talk about my father, eh? And I'm knocking on the door now, eh? Okay, that's it. Had fun, and don't forget, eh? The better ones are yet to come. Comments are welcome, and I try to give non-generic answers to the comments as much as I can. So I hope you enjoyed the ride, and we'll see you in the next one.